Oh shit. Yo, what's
Holy shit
going
about this
on,
one.
guys? What's going on? Uh Welcome to episode 2 of Context Matters. Here we got my cousin Keith, aka Kudu.
Oh
Alright.
yeah.
He runs his own channel. Alright. Channel is called
Oh, it's called it's called SMHM podcast. Basically, it's called Speak More, Hear More. Because you know how people say you have the term speak less and hear more.
Yeah.
You got to speak so people understand where you're coming from, so then you can deal with a situation rather than just listening and having your own opinion and being afraid to talk about it. So that's a podcast where you go and say what you want, no disrespect. It's just straight communication. So
Okay.
yeah.
Now, since you on an NBA take type of podcast,
Hmm.
tell us a little bit of your basketball background.
Damn. So I believe I started like playing basketball like around like 4, but I never really took it seriously. I was never like in a camp or anything. I mean, I was in a camp, but I guess I didn't like it or something, so I stopped going. But the first ever official basketball time I played, like actually played basketball, was high school. My freshman year, I played basketball. I played center, and I guess I would say I was nervous, but I was more like hyperactive at the same time because I would be doing a lot, but at the same time I would miss a lot. You know what I'm saying? So that my second year though, the second year I was on the team, that's when I started like having more confidence and like playing my game.
Okay.
And then situations happens between me and the coaches the third season, so that things went left. But then after that, I went to college. The college thing, the first this mind you, the first time like I played with the team was like on a regular like day, but they all came to the gym,
Mhm.
and so we hooped. I was like, "Yo, you should try it out," because I was playing good. I caught a body, got a couple ankles. I was playing good. It surprised me.
Okay.
But then they was like, "Yo, you should join the team." So I joined it. I tried to join the team, and you know how the coaches are. Oh, we already have a team set, so we don't want to add more people. But they added the person I dunked on, and two, after before the first game, he like broke his leg, and so they didn't even decide to put. I was just like, whatever, okay. And I just been hooping around ever since, but not like crazy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we could dive into it then. Who do you think currently is the best player in the NBA?
The best player,
Uh huh.
as in, so just like, I mean, I would say Giannis, but like I can't really say that at the same time because KD is still doing what we got to do,
Uh huh.
and then LeBron is LeBron. So
Okay.
there's
Okay. Okay. Let me stop you right there. Then let me stop you right there.
mm,
When describing KD and LeBron, what's good, pops? I saw him type in the chat. I see you. I see you, pops. I see you. Uh,
yo.
when discussing that in regards to the best, right? People often go
Mhm.
with skill set, versatility. Tell me the difference between KD, LeBron, and Giannis in regards to winning. Like, how can you say who is more important to winning? How can you define that?
Okay, so out of those three, LeBron is the best leader.
Why?
Well, leader in not necessarily like. I mean, he has the highest IQ out of all three of them.
Why?
He does because his decision making is better. For example, for Giannis,
He leads the NBA in the most turnovers ever.
LeBron, LeBron does.
I'm playing with you. Nah, but he does
Oh,
lead.
I'm about to
He
say.
does no. He does. I believe he does actually lead the NBA the most turnovers. Let me fact check that. Let me
I
fact
thought
check
it
it.
was
All right.
like James Harden or Chris Paul.
Ooh, actually, Chris Paul would be the complete opposite. Um,
Yeah, he has the least amount of turnovers.
Chris
No,
Paul
somebody has the least amount of turnovers.
Oh yeah, yep. LeBron leads the NBA in NBA history for the most turnovers. ever.
Okay. All right, but okay, you know, like, all right, so yeah, I remember we had this conversation about LeBron, you know, making sure that his team is good with him on the
So
court, but not with him out. Like when he's not on the court, they're not good. They have no idea how to play.
now, why is that?
So yeah, because what he does is he's so like ball dominant that like I mean, all he does majority of the time, I mean, you can say, no, no, no. I have a reason I lost it. It's like he just does it. He lets people work, of course. He lets people do what they got to do, but not as much as he should. I don't know. I know there's a reason I don't have it on there.
So, so the
So,
biggest thing for me, right,
mm,
is a lot of people like to take how many things a person does compared to what they actually, right?
right,
LeBron can get you 27 a game. He'll also can, if he wanted to, get you 11 assists per game. He'll
right,
get you 10 rebounds per game. Issue is when it comes to all that stuff, you end up with a Russell Westbrook,
mm,
right? Now, so when you look at KD and Giannis compared to LeBron, the only thing that separates them is the versatility amongst. Okay.
right,
However, if you look at offense as a whole, everything in regards to offense translates to scoring,
mm,
right? That assist you made is to get a score. Rebound was to get another chance at a score, right?
right,
The pass to a pass is just for a score. When you score, it's for a score. You got all that scoring happening. Remember, all that passing don't mean shit if you can't put the
you can't get
ball in the
yeah,
bucket, right?
yeah,
This man Yachty talking about my cat. Anyway, right? That's all that matters. So when you look at KD, right? Anywhere on the court, KD is a threat.
right,
When you look at
yeah,
Giannis, not one person has been able to stop him 1v1,
yeah, that's true.
right? When you look at LeBron, LeBron knows, and this is the thing I hate when people talk about he's a pass first player. He ain't no pass first player.
Yeah, LeBron's not a pass first player. He's a straight drive.
Yeah. The thing about Braun compared to those guys is those guys, like for example, Giannis, he's gonna go in even if there's five people in,
Mm-hmm.
right? KD, even if you're on him in his face, he's gonna shoot that
He's
shit,
gonna shoot over you, yeah.
right? LeBron, if he can't make that shot, is
He's
gonna
a
pass
passer.
the ball. That's not pass first. Pass first is
He
Chris
don't
Paul,
attempt.
Magic Johnson, Steve
Yeah,
Nash, people who literally brought the ball up the court and isn't looking to score first. They're looking like,
right,
all right, what do I need to pass? You know what I'm saying? So when people say, all right, LeBron is still the best, right? I could probably agree that LeBron's still the best, but then I think a healthy Kawhi is better, in my opinion. Um, Literally, it's about what makes him the best because he's not the best scorer, not the best facilitator, not the best rebounder, right? But in the point guard position that he normally takes up,
yeah,
he's the biggest dude besides Ben Simmons,
right. See,
right?
yeah,
He's the biggest dude. So,
that's
so, so when
why
you
it's gonna happen.
so when you look at it, nothing can definitively tell you who is actually the best in the NBA right now because the three top people that you consider are all three different play styles. Every single one is a complete
Completely.
different play style. So it's about preference, right? Which one do you prefer? Me personally, I'll take a Giannis, right?
Yeah,
Because Giannis is gonna drive. He's gonna do what he got to do. He's gonna drive. He's not scared to shoot, but
he's
he
not
you
Ben
know
Simmons.
Benson. We're gonna talk about that later too. Giannis is not scared to shoot, but it's the fact that when Giannis drives, they know he can't be stopped unless three more people are. Which
Right,
means only people you got to surround Giannis with.
shooters.
That's it. KD is different. KD, there is nothing you can truly do to build around KD. Right? Do you
Yeah,
need other shooters? Actually,
no,
technically speaking, yeah, you do because his
mm,
his whole argument for leaving OKC was I was the only one that can make the shots. That was his whole argument. Actually, that was the whole reason they lost to Golden State in 2016 because
when they lost
they
it
were
too.
missing, right? And I'm not gonna lie, KD is also to blame. KD didn't play that good. He
Right.
didn't play that good. Everybody like to blame Russ, but KD didn't play that good.
That's why to not to go off track, but it's like sometimes I hate when people say Russell Westbrook is a bad teammate.
Yeah.
It's not that he's a bad teammate. He's a great teammate. It's just his shooting IQ. He makes bad decisions when it comes to shooting. So
I,
that's why that's why a lot of stuff. That's why he gets the blame for a lot of stuff. But majority of the time, Russell Westbrook is a great teammate.
so would you? All right. So let's put it in 2K terms, right?
Mhm.
If you're open for a shot that you think you can make and get a green on, you shoot it and miss. Is that a bad shot selection?
No,
Okay, that's Westbrook. Westbrook is not shooting in three people's faces and stuff like that.
sometimes
He's legit.
he shoots contested though.
He does shoot contested. But here's the thing
Yeah,
about Westbrook though. He has never been good at the three. I'm serious. Never.
yeah,
You,
yeah.
you look at his history. Yo, if you look at Westbrook's history,
Makes you like a 20 something or 30
I'm I'm
something.
I'm gonna tell you guys Westbrook's history real quick, right? From the time he gets into the league to now, I'm gonna give you his 3-point percentage every time. Yep. So I think he's been in the league about 10 years now. Ready? I'm gonna read them off. All right, 3-point percentage: 27, 22, 33, 31, 32, 31, 29, 29, 34, 29, 29, 25, 31. He has never been good at the three.
Yeah,
Not once. Not once in his career has this man ever been good at three. But now, recently, when he became an MVP, everybody's like, "No, he sucks at shooting." He always did. That's like
he was always bonus.
when
That's
people talk about Shaq's free throws in 2008, even though he always had a problem with free throws since he got drafted. It don't make sense, right? So here we are talking about Westbrook and blah 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 blah. But I could consider Westbrook to be a top 5 point guard.
yeah.
Right? You know how I could do that? Westbrook's field goal percentage on average is 43%. It's decent. The average I think in the NBA is about 45 to 40. Right? He told for his career, you can even make an argument for top five in history. For his career, he averaged 23 points. He averages 4.1 turnovers. That's an issue, but it's the fact that he averages 8.5 assists.
I thought he averaged. No, he doesn't average a triple double.
That's for the
He
past
just
couple of
goes,
years.
yeah,
Triple double.
like 3 years in a row.
Averages 7.4 rebounds, and his field goal percentage is 43. So that right there means that he's at least top five in points. He had that one All Star, and he was shooting lights out. Never had performed. That's true. What was it? The 2020 was the 2020 game? What was it 2020 or something like that? 20 points,
Yeah,
20 assists, 20 rebounds.
21 rebounds. No, 21 assists. It was something.
Cause
Yeah, 20.
I know
That's
he
crazy
pulled
though.
out the game. You see what I'm talking about though? Like Westbrook is the only person who's accused of stat padding and winning at the same
Yeah,
time. Right? That's my thing. But you see, Westbrook is not a good shooter. If he improved his shooting, people would be calling him LeBron esque.
mm,
Right? Oh,
yeah, he
Westbrook
was
got a high
always.
IQ. He got a high IQ. Now he passed Steph Curry or some shit. Right? People do that.
Right.
But what makes KD better than LeBron though?
You're asking me. Oh, yeah. What makes KD better than LeBron is the fact that I mean, LeBron has a 3 pointer, but it's not. Well, one, LeBron is not as consistent as KD. Yes, he is. I'm not coming in with facts. I'm gonna look this up. But what you call it?
I got
I
you.
know for a fact KD definitely gets his shot better. Like he can create his shot better than LeBron. He let me see LeBron
I got you. I
who
got you. No worries. No worries.
what Oh,
Man, you know me, shit. All my information on deck.
hey man, you got it.
All right,
But
so
yeah, who's more efficient? I know KD's a very efficient shooter. I know that for a
yeah,
fact.
so KD shoots 38% from the three. LeBron shoots 34. KD shoots 53% from mid range or closer. LeBron 55%. Both of them average 27 points exactly.
Wow.
It looks like LeBron is better defensively and offensively, but KD clearly in every shooting category is better. What do you say to that?
Yeah, well, he's just a better shooter, and he's a better shot creator.
Okay.
That's my answer. He's a better shot creator than LeBron. LeBron, I know LeBron can get his own shot and all that, but it's not LeBron's shot that he gets is more so like a drive because of how big he is.
You want to
So
know?
you
You want to
what
know a weird fact though?
what
If you take away the range of 0 to 3, LeBron shoots 37%. LeBron shoots 37% outside of 3 feet. How efficient is that?
pretty high? Well, no, yeah, no, outside of 3 feet.
Outside of 3 feet.
How far is that? That's like
To put in
to
perspective,
the circle that goes the restricted area,
to put in perspective, 3 feet is not even halfway between the free throw line and
and he shoots 30 for 37.
7%.
I don't think that's good.
It's not.
Yeah,
but
I was saying I don't think that's good.
but this is why I like to talk to people. Like add context matters,
Right.
right? Sure, context matters, right? People talk about LeBron's IQ and everything, and don't get me wrong, he has, in my opinion, he does have. But let's not act like
Yeah, he
like
does
let's
well.
not act like he shoots well. LeBron has
No,
never
he's not.
shot well, right?
Wasn't
Three
his
feet,
best
huh?
wasn't his best shooting thing was like in like Miami when you
Miami,
shoot the best?
right?
Yeah.
But imagine 3 feet, right? To put in perspective, here, right here where I'm at, right here to my bed is
This is
not
not
three.
even
It's not 3 feet. That's not 3 feet.
this is not even
Right
3 feet.
here, see, the desk to the bed is not 3 feet. That's about four, if anything. That means if I step one big step back, LeBron is less likely to make the shot. Ain't that crazy? Is that not
Damn,
great? That ain't that not crazy,
damn.
right?
Isn't Giannis shooting like a 50 something?
Huh?
From there, isn't Giannis shooting like 50 something?
So yeah, Giannis has been efficient as hell, but they haven't brought out his 0 to 3 feet thing like ever. Let me just look to see if they have it here. But yeah, so in regards to like the top players in the league, you kind of got to figure out what what it actually means in regards to are they better than this person. Like, is it do we put them in the same team and then they act different? Is that what it is? Because none of the teams are built for each other, right? Like LeBron's teams wouldn't be built for KD, and KD's teams wouldn't be built for Giannis, right? And that's the one thing I hate when people do is they'll say if Braun had this person or KD had this person, then they would have won. No,
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 because they got James Harden and
it's
Kyrie,
a
but
whole
they were
different.
injured.
And that's the thing
I
about
think,
the Nets.
but now the fact that they were close games majority of the time, yeah, that's the problem.
Man,
Because they ain't got no defense.
the shit
They,
the shit that pisses me off is the fact that the top two guys that everybody's considering number one have the two most stacked teams in the NBA right now, if anything in NBA history.
yeah, yeah.
How can we call
LeBron's
somebody that good? How can we call them the best? And they literally are stacking Bro, they are taking every all-star for the past 10 years and putting them on the same team. That
And
has
it's
never
working.
happened. That's never happened.
It's the fact that it's working and people are taking pay cuts for it. It's crazy.
Like, what?
Nah, what did Blake Griffin get? Like a $1 million deal?
Yeah, he took because he got bought out though. He got bought
Oh,
out by the Nets to be able to get to be able to get released.
jeez.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what, like, I mean, yeah, so yeah, no, Giannis is definitely like as of right now, like player, like individual team player wise, Giannis is the best in the NBA. Yeah. I thought Luca was gonna get up there too, but
Luca Luca has accomplished as much as Westbrook in regards to
right,
playoffs. Right? People are calling Luca a top 10 player, and he hasn't done anything that Russell Westbrook hasn't.
right.
So so then there you go. It's like, so is it that Luca is that good, or is are we just being hypocritical?
Mhm.
Right? If you look at the film of the playoffs, everybody was blaming what's his name?
For what?
It was their
Okay.
center. Was
Oh,
this
Porzingis?
Porzingis? Everybody was blaming Porzingis as if Porzingis is not a shooting big man.
Right.
I've watched so much of the film that happened, which Porzingis is open.
And Luca doesn't
He's
press.
like, give me the ball, and Luca is dribbling and shooting in front of two people to contest
He's
the
looking
shot.
he's looking for those highlight plays that they play back on the TV.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
how? See, this is why I kind of hate media sometimes. It's like, how are you gonna say, oh, it's Porzingis, Porzingis in the D League type player, blah, 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 and not look at the games?
Right.
Right? I hate when people love to go to the stat line but
And
not
then see
look
what
at the
happened.
games.
And then
Right?
see how it happened.
You know, like think about it. KD, if he had, um, if he had just a smaller shoe size,
Yeah.
they won. They won. That was it. Bucks is not no longer in the finals.
Mhm.
And then people wouldn't make the excuse James Harden was hurt. They wouldn't make that excuse. Right? The excuses come out when your team loses. It's never when your team wins. Right? When
Mhm.
Giannis got hurt for what the first two games of the Sun series,
They were
right?
saying that Chris Middleton was way better than Giannis.
You see what I'm talking about? They were
I
calling
was
Chris
just like
Middleton the Batman, fam.
the Batman. I was just like, bro, like,
Bro,
do
if
you know what happens when they
what?
play together? Like,
Bro, if you were to tell me a person averaging 30 who's shooting above 50% is
mhm.
the Robin?
I
Bro,
would be like,
the
yo,
Batman
Batman's
might
all
as well be
that.
God, bro.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
hold up.
Yeah.
Le,
And
LeBron and KD started a new wave, man. When you got the sauce, you can make any organization do whatever you want.
then
Valid. That's, I mean, you've always had that though. They've always had to take care of their star player. It's just that nowadays, every, I just hate team up culture. Right? I don't mind if you guys trade. If you trade, like, all right, 2008, well, 2007 season, the Boston Celtics nuked their roster. They gave away basically every player they had to get Ray Allen and KG.
yeah.
That means they had to give up a lot just to get those players. Free agency signings, only thing you're giving up is money that somebody else would have took anyway. So you're not giving up anything to get back the talent. You're not giving anything up, right? But just fathom it. Literally, two top players that everybody is considering the two top ranked players in the NBA have the two top teams in the NBA, but also have at least 10 of the top 15 players on their team.
if they lose, it's like how much money they just lost for no reason. That's why it's funny to
What the fuck? Like,
me.
like
No,
think
but the
about that.
Lakers is OD though. They did too much for that. That's way too much. I don't care if they're old. They don't suck. Russell Westbrook still doing what he did before.
No.
Carmelo's gotten better, like back almost back to what he because he's been contributing to Portland. So
Yeah.
like Dwight Howard just wanted, so and then they got Malik Monk. They got what's his name, Kendrick Nunn.
Yep. Yep.
Kendrick Nunn does not suck. Like, come on now. They know what it's crazy how much they just did that just this. But you can't do that and then say LeBron's the best player if he has so much supporting cast, like so much. Like I understand if you have like one or two, maybe three, but this man has like eight, and then like six on the bench. I mean, not six on the bench, like six role players.
My
Crazy.
thing is right. The only thing that annoys me about
Yeah, I don't hate LeBron as a player. I just don't like
exactly.
people who do too much.
I don't dislike Braun as a player. I like to actually watch him play. I think it's exciting to watch him play. But here's something I've heard since Miami. If LeBron beats so and so team in finals, he is now the GOAT. Right? When LeBron gets his first ring, he is the GOAT. Right? This is how it went. Once Braun lost to the Dallas Mavericks, that was the write off. LeBron can no longer be better than them. Right? That was the write off. He then wins two, then loses by a record margin to the San Antonio Spurs. Right? What did they say? If Bron beats the Spurs, he's the GOAT now. Y'all gotta shut up. He's the GOAT. He lost. Alright. The next season, Warriors would start dominating. Yo, if LeBron beats these Warriors by himself, he's the GOAT, right? Lost. All right.
He wasn't by himself.
No, no.
Not by himself.
2015, the Warriors had more help because they had more synergy.
Mm,
It was
it
LeBron was the only All Star talent 2015 because Kevin Love got injured
Oh
and
yeah.
Kyrie got injured. Right. He says it's crazy how KD, Kyrie, and Harden can be on the same team in this area, but CP3 and Kobe. Actually,
Facts.
what made that suspicious was that I think a year or the same year that's when LeBron went to Miami and Chris Bosh went to Miami. I always viewed it as a conspiracy that the league was trying to get away from Kobe as
And
the
push
as the
LeBron up
face
there.
and push Braun up because Braun was the dude that was up next. And for years he was playing well, but every time he got there or got to that point, he got destroyed. Right? A lot of people like to blame the Celtics for that, but people forget that prime Dwight Howard beat the same Celtics team
Mm-hmm.
and LeBron. He beat both of them,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, fine. Dwight Howard was doing some damage.
And Gilbert Arenas talked about it, I believe, on another podcast that the NBA actually said it would be unfair because during the CP3 trade to Kobe, Dwight Howard was also on his way to the Lakers. So,
Oh,
so you had arguably the top three defenders in the league, along with the offensive machines that they said it
oh,
would have
that would have
destroyed
been
the
crazy.
league. You see what I'm saying? It would have destroyed the league,
That would have been crazy. Now I'm
right?
thinking about it, a prime Dwight, good Kobe, and a Chris Paul. Yeah, no,
You know what I'm
that's not
saying?
fair.
You know what 2K should come up with, or somebody on 2K should come up with? I know they do like community rosters. I think somebody should make it. So if you see this on the internet, let me know.
Make a conspiracy roster.
It'll be the biggest what if
Yeah.
rosters. Right? That'll be the terminology. What if roster?
I mean, we saw a glimpse with Devin Booker. That's like a glimpse. But it's not
Hell
like
no. Fuck no. Fuck
how.
no. Hell no. Devin Booker don't even play like Kobe. People try to make the most notable person that tried to make that comparison was Stephen A. Smith, and that was a week after he said Donovan Mitchell was the greatest jazz player of all time. right? That was Stephen A. Smith. Jason Tatum plays like Kobe. Devin Booker does not play like Kobe. Not at all. Right? Don't get me wrong. Kobe was
I would say
his
Jason
mentor.
Tatum or KD
You think so?
in a way because they both got the they both use handle. I mean, Kobe used handle, of course, but it's like KD handle because they both tall. Isn't Jason Tatum like 6'9", 6'10"?
He's 6'9", I believe. 6'8", in my opinion. But we'll see.
Yeah,
We
but they
gotta look
both
that
got
up.
the height advantage. They both can dribble with that height, and they both can create their shot just like any short person could. And
Jason
I
Tatum
don't
that tall? I don't
say
think.
Devin Booker's like Kobe, huh?
Oh,
I swear Jason
6'8".
Tatum is
Yeah,
like
he's
six
6'8".
nine.
He's 6'8".
He's 6'8".
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I swear he was like as tall or taller than LeBron.
So he's only 2 inches taller than Kobe. Kobe's 6'6".
Yeah.
But it's not about that. It's about the footwork and the shot selection. Jason Tatum's biggest shot is the turnaround step back three. Right? When he's in the mid range, he's the same thing Kobe and Mike does. Shimmy, fade, shot. Right? Booker is more, I would say, erratic with it. Right? And one of the biggest things that I noticed about Booker is look at almost every highlight of this. He is on the floor after he shoots. He does the same thing. He lands straight, or he does this, right? And he's just looking and shit. Like Booker does the same thing. But in regards to that, it was a conspiracy theory for a lot of people that they prevented Kobe from doing it because Kobe was done winning. Like said, all right, Kobe just basically had what was it? He almost repeated. Right?
Yeah.
Almost. Right? He would have been the same as Mike. 6 rings,
Wow.
repeat. He want to be 6-0, but you would have had the 3. But LeBron losing again, it felt like the league was going to lose more money. Boom, bam, bam. Let's make sure the trade happens. Let's make sure this trade happens. Because I bet you, if you had healthy Kobe, healthy CP3, healthy Dwight Howard on that Lakers team, right? First of all, they beaten the Mavericks, beating OKC, they beating everybody.
They're beating everybody by like at least 15.
And because Kobe is Kobe, he knows the same thing the Dallas Mavericks do, which was clog the paint, especially with Dwight there. Clog the paint, right? Because Wade is not a good 3 shooter. Ron's not a good 3 shooter. Bosh wasn't a good 3 shooter. They know range.
Bosh was decent.
He wasn't a volume shooter, and he was the big man of the team. He had to, besides Bird.
So he had to be down.
So he had to be down. So you had that's the whole reason why the Mavericks won, because they clogged the paint. They forced LeBron to shoot. Right. That to me, when that happened and all, that to me was like, damn, he ain't the GOAT, bro. You can't be on the most OP team in NBA history because they were all 3 in their prime. Right? They weren't drafted. Right, besides Wade, they weren't drafted. Right? They were all established stars, other teams, and came to. And you know what's the worst part? They were established stars in the same conference.
Right.
That's the worst part about it. And even worse than that, the discussion was that Carmelo was gonna be the one to come there instead of Bosh. They had discussions about it.
I swear, wasn't somebody D Wade and LeBron was gonna go to
Chicago.
D Rose.
Yes.
Why? That's not even like
You see what I'm talking about?
That's crazy though.
And then the worst part is, right? The worst part is everybody talking about, the Celtics need the 4 All-Stars to beat LeBron, right? AG, Rondo, Pierce, Allen. First of all, we from Boston. Ain't nobody was talking about Rondo the way y'all talking about Rondo now. Rondo was the point guard. He wasn't, oh my God, that's Rajon Rondo. No, The man had a 70 overall in NBA Live '07.
Yeah.
I remember.
Ron,
All right.
Rondo was there.
Right? they acting like, damn, yo, they had playoff Rondo. Yo, forget that. That's number one. Number two, our own star had to take a shit during the thing, and he acted like he had a little chance. He had to take a shit. That's number two. Number three, right? Nobody on the Celtics averaged more than 20. Again, besides KG, but that was during the playoffs themselves. Nobody on the Celtics averaged more than 20. What you saw, and I always tell people this, what you saw is what you see when old heads who are young enough to move go to the park and play the young kids that be dunking and shit, the windmill dunk.
Mm-hmm.
The old heads show up, they're like, come here, boy, and they do all this,
Beat them with fundamentals.
all the fundamental stuff. That was what you saw with the Celtics team, in my opinion. That's what you saw. Because you didn't have somebody just going, let me get you 30 today. Let me get you 30, 40, 50.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say Pierce, but no, you can't really like.
Pierce, I think, had one instance of a 40-point game, but that was it.
Yeah.
Right?
They
And he still didn't average more than 20. You get what I'm saying? But that's what you saw. So there's too many hindrances against LeBron that doesn't make him right. Yeah. And then this is where you also saw people go, it's a team accomplishment. There was not a moment in NBA history where somebody said, "Oh, the ring is just a team accomplishment." Ain't nobody say that shit until that Brown conversation. Ain't nobody say that shit.
Everybody's like, "Yo, Jordan's about to tell," or like, "Yo, Kobe," but I don't really care about the team.
Shit.
Man.
You think people are talking about what's his name? Derek Fisher? Derek Fisher was second all time in playoff wins. You think in NBA history we were talking about Derek Fisher? You think that we're talking team, right? We're talking team ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You think we're talking about Robert Horry 24/7, Mr. 7 Rings? We think we do. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, it never became a team accomplishment until LeBron wasn't winning it. You know what I'm saying? That's
actually that right there. That is a quote that you need to put somewhere. The game hasn't been a team accomplishment until LeBron couldn't win.
That gotta be a shirt. That's gonna be another shirt, dog.
That's a fact, though. It's a fact. Like, that's a big quote right there.
That's gonna be another shirt. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not bashing LeBron. I'm bashing his fans. Because
facts, showing them that, listen, you could say he's all this, but really he's this.
There you go. That's it. I have him as number 2. Right? Yeah. I don't know when he passed Kobe, but I have him as number 2. If I were to not go based off of, Bird, Magic, and logically I would put Kobe number 3 because of the fact that Kobe was that close to MJ, who was number 1. Right? Yeah. But you can't disregard Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was the most winningest NBA, not NBA. NBA wise, he's not the most decorated. I think Jordan is, but basketball wise, because I think he was like 72-2 in his high school years, and in college, all he did was win every year. So he's the most winningest basketball player.
And then it's English.
And then we go into 2016 happens. Everybody's like, "Oh, LeBron beat a 72-win team." Let me give y'all some context. The Warriors were 72-9, 73-9, 73-8.
No, 72-8. No, 72.
The Bulls went for
72-10, so they went 73-9. Yeah.
Okay, so the Warriors were 73-9 in the regular season. The exact same season in which a certain star said, "We don't care if we place or what seeding we get as long as we." Certain star said that. People were not taking the regular season serious. That same Warriors team then almost lost to OKC if OKC doesn't choke.
Right.
You gotta realize.
People keep forgetting that.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep forgetting that.
That same also Warriors team got blown out by the Pistons during that regular. You gotta realize regular season record does nothing for you other than your seeding. That's it. I mean, so so and then even worse, I gave y'all my opinion on this. Bron, Kyrie, and K Love should not have been down 3-1 in the first place. Right? LeBron, Dellavedova, and J.R. Smith had the Warriors to game 6. Right? I think they got the first 2 wins or something like that. Warriors to game 6. Dellavedova and J.R. Smith. So you replace those two with Kyrie and Kevin Love, and you're down 3-1.
That's why I thought. That's why I started thinking that had to be fake. Like that had to be something.
There were so many factors that played into it. You had, I think was it Bogut or it was somebody. Hold on.
It was Bogut.
Was it Bogut?
Bogut was the center until when did JaVale come?
Trying to see.
2018.
2016. Yep, it was Bogut. So
Yeah.
I think it's game 5. Draymond gets suspended.
Right.
Game 6, Andrew Bogut, their only means of defending the inside, is injured. And Steph Curry had an ankle injury the entire series.
The entire series.
So all that happens. Then people talk about the block. Don't get me wrong. That block was tough. That man ran down. I always tell people, all got to give credit to J.R. Smith. Because J.R. Smith was the first to chase it down and get in front of Iggy.
To make him
clutch the shot. And then because he clutched the shot, he had to later put it up, which gave LeBron enough time, just the nick of time, because if LeBron, not even an inch later, did that, it already hit off the backboard already. That's automatically a goal time.
Mm-hmm.
But then the dagger by Kyrie sealed the win.
Right.
The block doesn't happen. I mean, the shot by Kyrie doesn't happen without the block, but the block doesn't happen without J.R. Smith.
The block happened like 1 minute and 30 seconds left.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of time.
That's what I was saying. I was just thinking, like,
yeah,
it was a great block. It was like, come on, it's a mad game left.
Like on average, that's about 5 more possessions. Right. But then they're like, oh, this made him the GOAT, the 73 win team, and it's like, no. How do you get your was it third? I think it was his third. You got your 3rd ring, and everybody already said the GOAT debate was over. But okay, and then KD joins. They're like, oh, now if he beats the KD Warriors, he the GOAT. You can't even deny he the GOAT now. Man gets gentleman swept. Man, but it's KD.
Matter of fact, there's always an excuse for LeBron. Man.
So it was KD.
LeBron can't lose without somebody trying to have his back.
2018 happens. Yo, if LeBron beats these Warriors without Kyrie, he the GOAT. Man, get swept, dog. Get swept.
KD got disrespectful in those games too. He was pulling threes and just staring at everybody.
Yo, you know what's the worst part about it? The worst part about it was that everybody was mad at J.R. Smith, right?
Because of that first game.
The people don't realize J.R. got the offensive rebound. J.R. Smith of all people.
Mm-hmm.
He was not supposed to get it in the first place. The Warriors were supposed to get that ball anyway. Because remember, there's only 2 dudes down in the paint versus 4 Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Right? JR loses track of time. People are pissed, right? Mind you, the game is tied though. It's going into overtime. All right, and that's just it. Blame I think it was George Hill. He missed the free throw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then they're like, oh, LeBron's going to the Lakers. All right. And then they're like, if he makes the playoffs with this young core, he's the GOAT. What happened? Oh, he got injured though. He got
great injury, so they didn't win.
He got injured though. You guys can't do that. He got injured. And I'm like, okay. So did he not come back? Did he not say I'm activating playoff mode.
Yeah, nothing happened. They lost in the first round, didn't they?
Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like he said he was active. He said he was activating
No,
playoff mode.
no. They didn't even make the playoffs.
No, they did not.
Yeah,
They did not.
Yeah.
So then what happens? They get AD, who was a top 5 player in the West.
He was a franchise player.
They get him. They get Dwight Howard. They get all these stars, right? Don't get me wrong. These are stars that people, you know. Hold on, let me see here. Yeah, LeBron played 55 games that year, averaged 35 minutes, and they still couldn't win. And a lot of people like to go like, oh, but the beginning of the season they were the number 1 seed. Yes, 20 games in. You think that's where it stops? You think they don't lose after that? Like, what? But then again, this is where context matters. 2020 happens with Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm.
2 of Jimmy Butler's, the Heat's most valuable scorers. Because Jimmy's not even the most valuable scorer. It was Dragic and Bam.
Yeah, Bam.
Those 2 are injured, or they're hurt. Dragic is out. Bam is hurt. They basically, I think they went twice. I think Jimmy, it's 4-2.
Yeah, they went to 6, right? Yeah,
they went to 6. So an injured Heat brought LeBron and them to 6 games. Again, with 2 of the top 5 players in the West.
Say AD was hurt.
AD wasn't hurt. AD hurt prone, but he was. But you see what I'm talking about? Now that made him to go. Now the bubble ring made him. Right. Now then last year happened. Last year, if LeBron gets to the finals without AD that much, you to go again. You to go. They lost in the first round. People don't clown LeBron because of who LeBron is. Does. People clown LeBron because his followers say outrageous shit. That's all.
If he breathes, he's the GOAT.
That's all we're saying. Stop saying crazy shit, and people will stop replying.
Yeah, no bull. That's the only reason why people bash LeBron is because we're replying to how stupid you sound when you say these things. You say LeBron, if LeBron dunks on, let's say he dunks on some 7-foot dude, he's the greatest dunker of all time. Like, you just throw that shit out every time. Like, it's crazy.
People are gonna hate it, and people are gonna reply to your statement, and you're gonna think, "Oh, they're haters." It's like they're just giving you context. That's it. Because context matters. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all, right? But if I were to say who's the best player in the NBA right now, now that I think about it more, it will. I think it's Giannis. I think it's Giannis. Giannis is the fact that Giannis is efficient.
Yeah, very efficient.
He's dominant. But Shaq was never efficient. Giannis is efficient.
Like Shaq dominant is more efficient than Shaq.
Imagine that.
Wait, that's not okay. Like, that's illegal, like, especially in 2K. Oh man, Giannis is a cheat code because he could shoot in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it doesn't make it. People used to make them 7-foot crazy players.
Oh,
that's what Giannis is in 2K.
And
like it's not, that shit's not fair. And he's fast.
This is crazy. So who do you think who's the top player?
Yeah, I was saying Giannis. Like Giannis? I was saying Giannis and KD. Like KD, like the most skilled. Yeah, but Giannis is, like, as of right now, is the best player because one, he just won with the team that's he's supposed to win with.
Yeah.
And 2, like he performed.
Yeah.
He performed in the playoffs, whereas like other people will choke. He dropped 50. What game was that? 7?
He dropped 6? 50. That was game 7.
Yeah, he dropped 50.
No, wait. Game 6. Game 6.
Yeah, dropped 50 to win. So so you can't say Giannis isn't a factor of his team because he does majority of the work, and then you gonna sit here and say he's robbing.
Yeah.
I was just like, yo, people are just saying anything, And then Chris Middleton was selling, and it was as soon as that happened, it was, oh yeah, never mind. It's like, why are you switch now?
so,
Crazy.
so I'm gonna wrap it up with one more question. This has been a spark. Who is better at basketball? Chris Middleton, Klay Thompson.
Oh, I knew he was gonna say that. Oh man, I knew he was gonna say it. So I seen this video. Oh yeah, you know the dude on TikTok, the old dude, they call him OG.
Yeah, OG, I know OG.
Yeah. He was saying, which I agree completely. He was saying Chris Middleton is a better player because he no, damn, what did he say? I know he said Klay Thompson is,
Better for his system.
yeah, better for a system team. Like he's better for that team because of what he does. Whereas Chris Middleton, damn, I should have liked the video. But I remember I watched it and I was like, yeah, I completely agree.
I know what you're talking
But yeah, Chris Middleton, I think Chris Middleton's better because oh yeah, he's saying Klay Thompson can't create his own shot as I mean he could, but Chris Middleton is a better shot creator than Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's a 3 and D player. He's not like a
about. So
what's that?
I get what
Something
you said.
else.
Because
Yeah.
if you were to play back, like if you were to give Klay Thompson the rings for the team, he
Mm,
mostly can't do anything offensive wise besides catch and shoot.
right. They gave
Middleton,
you see they gave him a dunk package in 2K? My my bad. But it's just like what? But go
I
ahead.
seen that. Yachty says Klay Thompson hands down. Gotta explain why, Yachty.
Yeah,
Right?
he's playing.
Gotta explain why. Because
Chris Mills can play defense too. I'm not gonna say as good, but he can play defense.
oh yeah, no, but Klay does have the accolade of a defensive team on.
Yeah.
But Chris Middleton scores 11 in the finals twice. Man's is washed up. Damn. Why you gotta say that? You gotta say that. That's not how it works. Let me look. I got you, fam. I'm gonna compare them real quick. I'm gonna compare stat wise. Right. All right. So between the two, Chris Middleton averages 16. Klay Thompson averages 19. Chris Middleton's a better.
Points?
Yeah, points. Middleton's a better free throw shooter. He is a better mid range shooter, and he's only 1% down from being matching Klay Thompson 3-point percent. He averages less attempts per game, and he has played in less games. So, off the eye test, Klay have if you were to just go based off points, Klay averages 3 more shots, but only averages 3 more points, which is pretty inefficient. That only means like 20% at the least. I
Mm,
believe that should be 20% at the least. Um, Middleton is inconsistent. Inconsistent. That's the only knock I can give him. But if there's
yeah,
something he's proven, at least in the past playoffs,
he can close.
and he's needed, not wanted, needed.
Close.
And he's needed. He shows up, right? But I believe I blame the media for that because he goes from Chris Middleton to Jordan to Ben Simmons back to Middleton. Like he just goes in a circle. And it's always based off media perception every time. Every time you tell him he's good, right? Or no, every time you tell him he's decent, he becomes great. Every time you tell him he's great, he goes back to low. Every time he's low, he goes back to decent. Like that's just how it goes. Um,
Mm,
Middleton is definitely more skilled. He's definitely more versatile. I think Thompson just has more range. That's all it is. I think
yeah.
Klay has more consistency. Right? When Klay is high, right? Middleton, he he can't fight the groove. Like he can't,
I
you
thought
know.
you just said he can't play. I was like,
Oh shit. Nah,
like
I was,
damn.
he can't. So he can't fight if he misses like 5, 6 times, that's it. He's not coming back for the rest of it. Clay will miss 2 or 3, and then have one duration where he's just hitting everything. So, but definitely the most volatile, the most skilled is I gotta say Chris Middleton.
Me too. I was saying that Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton. You give him the ball and watch him work. Klay Thompson, you give him the ball if you can't get your own shot. That's what I see. Though.
So, that's just how it goes. But yeah, guys,
I don't even know why that's a debate though.
it's Chris can't be the number 2 option. He was just the number 2 option just now.
He is the number 2 option.
You on bumpers, fam? Nah, play.
Especially if Giannis is hurt, he's the number 1 option.
Yeah, that is true as well. But yeah, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We about to go. This podcast will now be on Saturdays. It's more of a timing thing. Make sure everybody's more free. Plus Saturdays, I don't have to worry about work the next day. So that's go ahead and make sure you check out the channels, fam. Make sure you check out the SMHM podcast. Keith here, right there. This man right there with the bonnet on.
Over here. I got the bonnet on.
Bonnet on right there. Absolutely. Big ass nose.
All right.
So listen.
All right.
Appreciate y'all for coming through. And we out, dog.